We're going to start with an ATG split squat. So you want to find something high to put your foot on. You can do something higher than this bucket or lower if this is easier, but start high to make it easier. What you want to do is find a stance. The higher it is, the closer that back foot is going to be to the front. We're going to drive our hips forward using our abs sitting upright, and then as we come down, that knee drives towards the baby toe. You can see that I'm trying to show you how not to shift your hips to that up leg. You want to keep your hips nice and square going straight ahead. And we're going to go into this going a 3-second count down with 5 on each side. This slow and control is going to help not only build up through your quads, but also help your flexibility through your ankles and your knees. You want to keep that chest upright, driving that butt forward, almost feel like you're arching your back with your shoulders coming back. Lots of tension through that back foot, staying up on the toes in the back foot. Sometimes this can be hard for people or hurt in their knees. And when that happens, usually it's because their front foot that's elevated on whatever platform is not anchoring down through the heel. So it's going to be toes up on the back foot, heels down on the front foot. Lowering down nice and slow. Pause. Push back up through that front heel. Notice how I'm not straightening in the top. And if this is too challenging, definitely raise it up. Find something higher. Sometimes if you just go to a set of stairs and you can go higher on the stairs while driving forward, you can use the walls or the railing for support as well. If you find these easy, you can drop it to the floor and actually elevate that heel. You're still going to be pushing through that front heel, but elevating it allows you to get a little bit deeper. And you can see here, it's a big stretch through that back hip flexor, coming through, driving that knee way over that baby toe. And then if that is still easy, the goal eventually is going to be getting to the floor for this flexibility and adding dumbbells eventually. This is kind of a trust exercise as well. A lot of times people get scared like they won't get back up. Well, guess what? You can just drop right to the floor. Grab yourself 2 dumbbells because we're going to go into a single leg RDL. The 2 dumbbells is going to help counterbalance you better than if you had no dumbbells. So the heavier the dumbbell, the better it's going to be. I'm going to show you 3 reps first before we go into our 5. Here is what a full range would be, but that can be tricky for some people. So keep it shallow. Notice how I'm still hinging, but I'm not worrying about getting close to the ground. Here we're going to start our 5 reps. You want to keep that core tight. Think about shooting your butt to the back wall. Here's rep number 3. Sometimes they can be tricky. Tight abs. 4, 1 more, 5. Now you can keep those 2 dumbbells, or I'm going to show you another challenge with the opposite leg if you want to do 1 dumbbell. Here's your first rep. Second, use 2 dumbbells if that's the easiest for you. 3, 1 dumbbell is just going to add more of an ab challenge because it throws you off balance more. Tight through the core. And then we're going to drop down to do bear planks. We're going to do 3 reps, and we're going to do that same hold for a big deep breath in, snake hiss out, and whatever that breath is going to be, however long you can hold it, that is your rep. We're only doing 3 of these. Big deep breath in through the belly and blowing out as you lift up. I like to do a little cat-cow in between. Last rep. Good. Get you a quick little break. We're going to go back to our split squats. We're going to do 5 each side, nice and controlled. So pause it here if you need a little bit longer break. I'm going to do my split squats on the floor. You elevate to whatever feels appropriate. We're going to do 3 or 5. Slow down, pause, and come back up. There's 1 rep. Pause, come back up. Number 3. Pause, come back up. A lot of times on this last number 5 rep, people don't want to pause in the bottom. They want to push back with that front leg instead of driving their hips forward. Really make sure you sink into it. Worst case, you drop to the ground and you stand back up. Switching sides, and here's 1, 2. You can tell I even have trouble on one side. My left is way weaker, but holding in that pause is going to help it. Number 5, pause, push up. Switching to our single leg RDLs, your choice of what you want to do. I'm going to do 1 single dumbbell. You do 2 if you want to. Find that range of motion and control that works for you. Number 2. And 3 with tight abs, driving that hip forward. You can do same dumbbell, same leg that's on the bottom to, if you want to make it a little bit easier, but still using 1 dumbbell. Switching sides. Same arm, same leg that's down is going to be slightly easier with 1 dumbbell. 3, 4, tight abs, keep those shoulders down and back. 5. If you have problems here, always just drop that back leg down to do a B stance. We're going down to our 3 reps of bear planks. Snake hiss out, whatever that breath is, that is your rep. Drop it down when that breath has totally left. And good job. Get yourself a break if you need to. Pause it. Otherwise, we're going straight back into it. This is a warm-up. I know it doesn't feel like it is, but it is. Straight back to your ATG split squats. Tension through that back toe and butt as you drive forward over that front foot. Number 2. Chest is up, shoulders are back. Drive into number 3. 2 more on this leg. 4. Notice as the longer you go, the harder that pause is going to be. 5. Switching legs. Drive through that back toe. Hips going forward. Drive that knee towards the baby toe. And use your abs to push out a number 2. Big deep breath in here and blow it out as you push number 3 back up. 4. Last one, hard drive through that front leg, and 5. Good. Switching to your single leg RDL. 2 dumbbells if you want, 1 single one, your choice. Notice how we're hinging our butt back. If you want an extra challenge when you come back up to the top, don't put that back leg on the floor. Keep it elevated. This is number 4. And number 5, notice how I'm keeping my neck and head in line with my back as well, keeping all that tension through the posterior chain. We're still counting that as 1. This is number 2. Driving that leg back, using the butt to come up. 1 more. It's really tight abs. Blow it out as you come up. Good job. Switching to our bear planks. This is your last time. 3 reps is all you got. Big deep breaths. Blow it out. Snake hiss as you lift your knees off the floor, pushing your shoulders away from the floor. I also claw my hands into the ground. It helps me to really keep my shoulders back and help keeps tension off my elbows. And good job. Pause it here to get yourself a nice long break. Do a couple stretches if you want to before we go into our next bit. What we're going to do here are single leg step downs. You're going to have another elevated surface. I'm going to use different things, but probably what you want to use is maybe a stair or something. something that's a little bit elevated. You can go inside, outside with this. You can use a yoga block here if you want to. I'm going to start with the yoga block and then move into the bucket. So here, what you're going to do is you're going to hinge your butt back until you feel your glutes engage. And then you're going to drop straight down to the floor. You're not going to keep shooting the butt back and hinging back. You're just going to drop straight down, letting that knee bend, you can see. And then I'm just dropping slowly down, letting my heel touch, and then lifting back up. Using your heel only is going to prevent you from pushing up with that leg that touches the floor. It's going to work all of the leg that's elevated instead. So find your platform, whatever that's going to be. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps each side. Hinge back till you feel your glutes engage, abs are tight. Drop straight down to the floor, touch the heel, come back up. We're going to go for a second rep. Hinge back, slow down, and touch, and up. Number 3. Notice how I let my knee come forward. I'm not hinging back even farther. I'm just dropping straight down once I find that hinge. Come up, and I don't straighten my leg. Teddy's going to be in the picture too. He really wanted to work out. This is number 8. And we're going to switch. If you need a break here, get it 30 seconds max. Coming up, notice how I'm straight up, and then I'm going to use my butt and my abs to hinge back and hold that hinge. If you need to help counterbalance you can throw your hands forward. A lot of times people end up holding onto the wall a little bit. Goal will be to not hold on to anything. Dropping slowly down. Number 6, nice and slow and controlled. 7. One more for 8. Using that glute to come back up. Good job. The lower the surface, the easier this will be. So start with something nice and low before you go too high. Give yourself about 30 seconds to a minute break. Okay, I timed us for 30 seconds. We're going to get right back into this, starting with whatever leg is a little bit more challenged by this. Hinge back. Find your stance. A lot of times also people want to push through the toe on this, just really keeping both heels down. Dropping down for 1. Notice how my leg on the bucket is not straightening at any point. It stays bent to keep that tension there. And 4, we want to drive slowly down. This is number 5. If this gets too hard, just work on going slow down. And then you can push yourself right back up with that leg on the floor, because where you're going to build the muscle is on the down. So as you're slowly lowering, that is where the work is happening. Switch legs. We're going to do 8 on this side. Again, if it's too challenging to come back up, just slowly drop to the floor and then push up with your foot. Here's number 3. We're doing 8 each side. Tight abs. Keeping those shoulders down. A lot of times we get tension and we start lifting our shoulders to our ears. Add in a kid pushing you if you really need an extra challenge. And get your 30 seconds to a minute break. Okay, 30 seconds done. We're going to go back to our first leg. Whatever leg is harder, that has a harder time, that's the one you want to go with. And 2, Coming back up, slowly lowering. 3, find that hinge. 4, sticking that butt back till that glute feels engaged before you start. 6, Teddy said we're adding an extra challenge. Don't worry, these are literally hollow wooden weights. They don't feel like anything. But he was determined for it. Switching legs. In the future, these will become easy and we will add weights with them. But right now, just using body weight. Switching legs, hinge it back to start. Dropping that heel. Number 3. Slow down for 4. Tight abs. 5. Trust that leg that's up on the box or step. 6. 7. It's going to want to just fall to the floor, make it work. 8. Nice job. Get yourself a break. Okay, while you're resting, I'm going to show you a couple of variations of what we can do for a paused goblet squat. We're only going to do 8 reps here, but I'm going to show you where you can keep your dumbbells real quick. You can keep them on your shoulder to where you're only holding one piece of the dumbbell, the front piece. It's a little bit better than holding them just above your shoulder, like I just showed you, because when you hold them above your shoulder, a lot of times you just want to fall forward. It creates a lot of tension through your neck. You can also stack 2 if you need to. I stacked 2 5s here just to get a 10 pound, because again, you do want to try to do heavy. But to me, holding them on your shoulders and keeping your elbows up is usually the best bet. You can also, if it gets too hard, hold your hands in front or above you to just add a different kind of challenge. I'm going to grab a 10 pound because I have the availability and hold it sideways as so. We're going to go down for 1, pause it, and coming back up. Watch this first and then rewind it to go into your reps. Notice how I'm keeping my butt tucked here, almost like a frog butt, letting my knees bend as I come down, pause, and back up. I'm not sticking my butt out to start. I'm tucking it, and then I'm hinging and then dropping down. That is how we get our knee flexibility and deep into those squats. Knees come forward over the baby toes, coming back up, leading through the chest. We're going to do 8 reps each side, or 8 reps total. We're going to spread through the knees, dropping down, coming back up. Pause, lifting up through the chest, almost like you feel like you're being pulled up by a string. Okay, this is the time to rewind and go back through that and do it with me if you want to. Here, I'm going to show you where the hinge is. Where you start your squat, you hinge back. And then you hinge and drop. That's where the knees come forward. A lot of times you can see here where my shins come perpendicular. This is where people usually get the knee pain because they're trying to deadlift this instead. Here, when my glutes come forward, you can see my knees bend and come over my toes. That is where we want to be in our squat. Get yourself a nice, good break. We're going to do this again. I'm switching up how I'm going to hold my dumbbell so you can see a difference, and we're going to do 8 reps. Coming down, pause, driving yourself back up. Slow on the way down, find that form, pause, coming back up. You may come down shallower, and that's okay. See where I'm starting the hinge, little drop, and then coming back up. That is perfectly fine. It's more about the quality of the form and less about how many reps you get or how deep you get. 2 more here. Tight abs, hinge, drop, knees spread, coming back up. A lot of times people also like to think about spreading their feet on the floor, like they're creating tension to spread the floor. That can help their glutes engage as well. Give yourself a good 30 seconds to a minute again, and we're going to do this one more time. In your rest, you can practice the hinge part to figure out, okay, how much am I going to hinge before I need to drop into the squat. Hinge, drop, and drive the knees. Abs are engaged, glutes are tucked, and then we drop and drive, feeling like you have a string pulling your chest back up as you bring your butt forward. Okay, grab your choice of dumbbells, 1 or 2, throw them on your shoulders, or if you're not going to use them, put your hands forward or above, however you feel like you're going to do it. And we're going to drop down for the first. This is the last time we're going to do 8. Second one, go down to the depth that feels comfortable. Tight abs, hinge back. 3, and push up. Spreading the floor if that feels like a good cue for you. 4. Don't forget to drive those glutes up and forward for 5, making it ugly. Don't worry, you're in your house. Nobody's going to see you. And 6, when you really bend those knees and drive that butt forward in the top here, that's when you get your good glute contraction. And number 8. Good. Get a nice break. Stretch it out here if you feel like you need to. Stretching out through the quads, making sure that you are bringing that foot into the middle of your butt, not to the side. Bring it right to that middle. Actually squeeze your butt forward to get more of a stretch through your quad. Okay, this next part is really fun. We're going to do a plank pull through with a dumbbell, a rocking bear plank, and a seated deadlift. We're going to start with the rocking bear plank. So you're going to get roughly into a bear plank. Sometimes your feet are going to move backwards, and we're going to go back to our feet and then forward over our abs. You're going to watch a couple of these, pause it, rewind it. We're going to get 10 bear planks. And notice how when I come back and then forward, I'm actually coming forward over past my wrists. This is going to get more of an ab workout. I'm keeping my butt nice and high in a piked position. It's going to also work on your quads. Next, we're going to go wide with the feet, narrow with the hands, wide feet to stabilize, and we're going to pull this dumbbell through. You can drag it along. You can pull it if you want to on the floor, lifting it. We're going to get 10 to 15. This is number 6. Keeping those abs nice and tight. Hips are going to be trying to stay level with the ground. I'm trying to make as minimal movements as possible to pull that thing through. Get yourself a quick break if you need to, but otherwise we're going to find something that has you about a 90 degrees with your legs. I found 2 buckets. You can use a dining room chair if you want to. This bucket's actually a little high for me, but we want our knees to be about hip height. Grabbing 2 dumbbells, we're going to have our knees widthwise just enough to get our hands through. This we're going to lean forward, hinging down slow, touch the ground, and lifting back up. You want your chest to be going forward, not just curling down. This is number 3. Touch slightly, lifting back up. This is going to stabilize our spine. Nothing with our glutes. Just working on that back. Couple more reps here. Slow on the way down. Pause. Lifting up. Reaching that chest forward. Notice how I'm keeping my chin and neck in line with my back. If it gets too much, come down, drop the dumbbells, and just pretend like you have some. Just working on that range of motion. Forward, we're only doing about 10 of these. Coming back up. Get yourself about a 30-second break to a minute. I'm going to time it for 30. And then we're going to go straight back to our 10 reps of a rocking bear plank. Okay, we're coming up on 30 seconds, so get back into that bear plank. I'm going to go a little bit farther back with my feet to make it a little bit more of a challenge, and we're going to go back for 1 and 2. 3, don't let those knees touch the floor. 4, tight abs will we come up and over our wrists. 6, and blowing the breath out here. Last one. Good. Next, we're going to go to our plank pull-throughs. Wide feet and narrow hands. This is going to help you stabilize. 10 to 15, whatever you have, pull it through. 2 and 3, keeping the hips nice and level. If this gets too much of a challenge, then drop down to your knees or lower up the reps. Abs are tight. Last one, I believe, and dropping it down. Coming back to find your seat for your seated deadlifts. Remember, weights if that feels good, no weights if it doesn't. We just want to keep our core tight and lean our chest forward and down, but not rounding our back. 10 reps here, slow on the way down, little pause in the bottom, and coming up. Big deep breath going down and blowing it out to come up. And last 2, down nice and slow, blowing it out to come up. Last one, nice and tight abs. Good. Give yourself 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to time us for 30. Okay, right back into our rocking bear planks. Last time, 10 reps. And 2, driving with those quads because this is going to burn them. Up and over top of those wrists to really use those abs. Big deep breath in here and blowing it out as we transfer to our plank. 7, 8, 9. Fight for this last one. 10. If you need a break here, pause it really quick. We're going to go right into our 10 to 15 dumbbell plank pull-throughs. 1, 2, keeping those hips level. 3, 4, 5, tension through those hamstrings. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more if you got it. 5, 4, 3, tight legs. 2 and 1. Good job. Get yourself a break if you need it really quick because we're going to go straight into our seated deadlifts otherwise. Nice and slow and controlled here. Knees just wide enough to get those dumbbells through. Slow on the way down, bringing that chest forward, not rounding the back. Number 2, we're going for 10. Here's number 3. And big deep breath in as we go down on 4. Blow it out to come up. And 5. Last one here. Down. Blowing it out to come up. Good. Next, if you have time, we're going to do a burnout. So you're going to grab something heavy, awkward, weird. I have a 20-pound slam ball that I use for my actual workouts, but otherwise I would grab a box of diapers or something. This is what it is. You're going to, you're going to grab the ball, squeeze it into you, and lifting up. This is a functional exercise, so you don't learn to not use your back. We're going to do 10 of these lifts. Grabbing the diapers, picking them up. Actually, these are a bag of wipes. That's what these are. 3, 4, 5. Showing you how I grab them, bring them to me. 6. And I'm lifting up through my butt, not through my back. Just like we learned earlier, lifting up like a string is pulling you up through your chest. You're only going to do 10 of these. You can grab anything like cat litter, dog food, anything really odd. Dog food would actually be great. Usually those are 20 to 30 pound bags. If it's too hard, put it on an elevated surface. Keep the good form, but keep the motion shorter. Don't lift up your butt. There you go. Driving up through your chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, coming down into that good squat. 7, pulling that bag of whatever it is into your abdomen as you lift it. That's going to be like a brace for your abs. 1 more set. We're not doing any breaks. We're just going through it as much as we can. I say no breaks, and then here I am needing a break. 30 seconds if you need it, but otherwise we're going to do our last set. This is going to be the last set of 10. I'm going to lift it, and then I'm going to drop it. You can do these with the balls. I would not recommend it with dog food, but we can lift and then drop it to the floor. Picking it up, squeeze it into you as you lift and bring your butt up and forward. Only 10 reps here, not too much. Last time it's going to kind of suck. Burn it out. Abs are tight. Big deep breath. Blow it out as we lift up. Just last one and done. Next, we're going to move everything. We're going to get some stretches. Big deep breaths. Nice and relax through here. Just grab your mat. Don't really need anything else. I'm going to show you a couple variations of some stretches. Pause and hold when you need to. Apparently, I had to go get the baby too because he was just cranky. Start with anything like child's pose to really get yourself relaxed and big deep breaths. Take those hands to one side if you need to stretch out through your back. And then when you're ready, switch to cat and cow, keeping that spine flexible. Here we take a big deep breath in and blow it out as we round our back up to the sky. Next, we're going to move into a modified cow. You're going to cross one knee behind the other and shift back. This one you have to kind of wiggle into, throw your hips to one side to find that stretch. Sometimes people don't feel this stretch, and that's okay because we can go into a actual cow position. Why it's called cow, I'm not entirely sure, but it is kind of comical. Shifting those hips to one side, seeing if you can get a good stretch in there. And then we're going to sit back onto our feet. If you need to, you can throw a yoga block underneath you. This one, you really get a good stretch when you sit back and then lean your chest over your knees. Switching legs when it feels right, holding it when it feels appropriate. You can hold here for up to 2 minutes after a workout. During a workout, 30-second stretch is the maximum for holding. After a workout, 2 minutes is really good, but no longer than that. We're going to come into a runner's lunge, driving the hips forward, feeling the hip flexor stretch, reaching one hand up if it feels good to stretch through those lats and through those abs on one side. Where you really feel this is when you squeeze your butt forward instead of trying to arch your back and lean forward. And then lastly, we're going to just sit on our feet, holding this for about 1 minute to 2 minutes if you can. This actually gets kind of tricky. If you want to, you can come up to where your feet are flexed. Some people like that to stretch the bottoms of their feet. You can hold that. You can have your feet flat either way. But this is actually kind of tricky for a lot of people to be able to just get down and sit on your feet. So this is something we want to work on because these are natural, primal things to do, and the only way to do them is to sit in them. So just hang out here, stretching through those quads. If you feel like this is too easy, you can widen out the feet and actually drop your hips to the floor, but just hanging out here. Couple more seconds here, and then you are done. Great job.